हेलो दोस्तों, मैं हूं डॉक्टर आशुतोष। हम जानते हैं कि जितने भी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं वो लगातार अपने इन्वायरमेंट के साथ इंटरैक्ट कर रहे होते हैं। वो इन्वायरमेंट जहां पर एयर, वाटर, सॉइल, लैंड, सबस्ट्रेटम से बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती हैं और बहुत सारे दूसरे लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स भी होते हैं। इन अदर वर्ड्स, every living organism is constantly interacting with its environment, which comprises of air, water, substratum, light, and various kinds of living organisms. The environment may be defined as the surrounding or the conditions in which organisms lives or operates. In other words, the sum total of all the external factors which influences our lives. बाह्य कारकों का वो समुच्चय जो हमारे जीवन पर प्रभाव डालता है उसे हम पर्यावरण कहते हैं। So it is clear that we are talking about environment, हमारा पर्यावरण। हमारे पर्यावरण में दो कंपोनेंट्स हैं, एक है जैविक और दूसरे हैं अजैविक, बायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स एंड एबायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स। Abiotic components are also important. What are they? They are light, such as sunlight, which provides energy to the system, and green plants are called producers because they utilize that sunlight and they produce food by the process of photosynthesis. So they synthesize food for themselves as well as for other living organisms. We will see how in some later chapter. Then we have water, rainfall, which is essential for all living beings. Majority of biochemical reactions takes place in the aqueous medium only, and also water regulates the body temperature. Further, water bodies form the habitat for many aquatic plants and animals. So water is equally important. Then one more abiotic factor is temperature, which is again very important because it is a critical factor of the environment, which greatly influences survival of organisms. Organisms can tolerate only a certain range of temperature and humidity. So temperature plays a very important role. Then we have one more biotic, it is abiotic factor, which is atmosphere. And you know our atmosphere comprises mainly of nitrogen, which is around 78%, and oxygen, which is around 21%, and rest of the gases like carbon dioxide, which is around 0.38% or something, and then around 0.93% or less than 1% is some other inert gases like argon and neon. Then there are some more abiotic factors to be taken care of, like substratum. And organisms may be terrestrial or aquatic, as we know. So land is covered by soil, and a wide variety of microbes, protozoa, fungi, and some other animals like invertebrates thrive in it. Roots of plants pierce through the soil to tap water and nutrients in it. Then we have terrestrial animals which live on land, aquatic plants, animals and microbes live in fresh water as well as the sea. So substratum is equally important. Then we come to biotic components. Biotic components can be divided on the basis of trophic levels as producers and consumers, where producers are mainly green plants which prepare food through photosynthesis, and that is why they are referred to as producers, because they are producing food for the very first time in living system. Then we have consumers, or rather if you divided them, consumers are animals mostly, and these consumers can be divided further into primary consumers, secondary consumers, and tertiary consumers, wherein primary consumers are those which depend directly on green plants for their food. Secondary consumers are those who eat primary consumers, means carnivores. So primary consumers are herbivores while secondary consumers are carnivores. Then we go to the top carnivore or the secondary consumer or tertiary consumer rather. Tertiary consumers or top carnivores are those which depend on the secondary consumers for their food. They eat or feed upon secondary consumers. So this is how animals are listed in the environment. They are abiotic components. Then we also have microorganisms and like bacteria and fungi, which feeds upon dead plants and animals and releasing nutrients which are locked in bodies of dead and decaying organisms, and those nutrients then are reused by growing plants. So this decomposition process is very important. Living organisms therefore needs both biotic and abiotic components of the environment for their survival. So a delicate balance in the relationship between living organisms and their environment exists, and this is very important for the survival of the individual as well as the ecosystem. What is ecosystem? We will deal in detail later, but let us talk about ecology first. Ecology may be defined as the scientific study of the relationships of living organisms with each other and with their environment. So there are two relationships, one among the living organisms and other living organisms with their non-living environment. Means बायोटिक फैक्टर्स के साथ भी और एबायोटिक फैक्टर्स के साथ भी, दोनों के साथ जो रिलेशनशिप है किसी इंडिविजुअल का, उस रिलेशनशिप की स्टडी को हम इकोलॉजी कहेंगे. तो देयर इज सम रेसिप्रोकल रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन बायोटिक एंड एबायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स and biotic and biotic components also. Like if some individual or some animal is living, so it may be getting its food from some other animal or plant. So this relationship is biotic and biotic. Both biotic components are relating to each other, or they have relationship of food energy because they are getting food from some other biotic factor. Similar is the case with biotic and abiotic factors, where the animal is getting, animal or plant, whatever, is getting energy, sunlight, water, whatever from the environment. And these things which I have counted are abiotic factors. So abiotic factors and biotic factors both, when interact with each other, will form a separate group of subject of study of science which is called ecology. German biologist Ritter used this term, someone can be Ritter or writer, whatever, it is spelled as R-E-I-T-E-R, Ritter, used the term ecology for the very first time in 1868. However, the German ecologist Ernst Haeckel is given the credit of coining the term ecology, which was done in 1886. And this term ecology is made up of two different Greek words, oikos, O-I-K-O-S, that means house or dwelling place, and logos, which means study or to study. So ecology is, according to Haeckel, is the relationship of the animals to its organic as well as inorganic environment. The emphasis is on relationship between organisms and the components of the environment, namely abiotic and biotic factors. Now let us talk about levels of ecological organization. Ecology not only deals with the study of the relationship of individual organisms with their environment, but also with the study of populations, communities, ecosystems, biomes and biospheres. So there is a hierarchy. This hierarchy can be seen as, the first one is the individual or organism. बेसिक यूनिट है ये, जो इंडिविजुअल है और ऑर्गेनिज्म है वो बेसिक यूनिट है इकोसिस्टम की. और यहाँ हम क्या बात करते हैं? स्टडी ऑफ द फॉर्म, फिजियोलॉजी, बिहेवियर, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन and adaptation of organisms in their respective environment. So individuals like जैसे मैं अगर अपने आप को देखूँ तो मैं एक इंडिविजुअल हूँ, ह्यूमन बीइंग की बात करें तो उसका. Similar is the case with any, like if you are looking at a mango tree, so that tree is an individual of that particular species Mangifera indica. तो वो इंडिविजुअल वो रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है पूरे की पूरी पॉपुलेशन को, पूरी की पूरी कम्युनिटी को. हम आगे देखेंगे कि आगे जो हायरार्की में आते हैं उसके आगे इंडिविजुअल के बाद जो अगला स्टेप है दैट इज पॉपुलेशन, विच इज अ ग्रुप ऑफ ऑर्गेनिजम्स कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ number of different populations that live in a defined area and interact with each other. Now population is what? It is the sum of all individuals of a single species interacting with each other, residing in a particular area at a given time. And these populations, different species will have different populations. Like human being is one population, monkeys have a different population, all the monkeys of an area at a given time. Like if I'm talking about month of August 2020, area I will take Varanasi, then the population of one species in Varanasi, and we talk about monkeys, let us say, so the total number of monkeys means one species present in Varanasi, the total defined geographical area at a particular given time, let us say on 15th of August 2020, that will say that will be the population. So these form the population, and we study in these things as interactions between populations and intraspecific relationships. So these are certain population studies that we do. Then the next level is community. Interacting populations forms community, which is a group of organisms consisting of a number of different species that live in an area and interact with each other. So what we study here? We study the structure and composition of community and interspecific relations or interactions between members of community. Then the fourth level of organization is ecosystem. Ecosystem is a communities of organisms and their physical environment taken together, and they interact as an ecological unit. So ecosystem is communities, means different population coming together forming community, and these communities when come together they form ecosystem when they actually interact among each other and with their physical environment. And in this head we study the community in the relation of the structure of its ecosystem, nutrient cycling, climate, energy flow, etc. Then the fifth level of organization is called biome. It is a large naturally occurring ecosystem of flora and fauna occupying a major habitat or large area such as forest or tundra biome. So area is important. It is just like ecosystem, but it has a vast presence, vast area is covered. So that particular some of similar kind of ecosystems would form which we are referring to as biome. Okay, then we have biosphere. It comprises of all the regions of the surface of earth or underwater or in the atmosphere where life is possible or which is actually occupied by living organisms. So all these things will form biosphere. So in today's lecture we have seen the concept of environment, ecology and ecosystem, and we have also seen there is biotic component and abiotic component in ecosystem. So in the next lecture, we will see that how these ecosystems are formed and what are their significance. So thanks for watching.